And hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This is Biliah, the Sega gamer, and we just fell into the sewers! The island sewer system! But unlike most sewer levels and most underwater levels in Sonic history, believe it or not, this is actually a good underwater level. Unlike Tidal Tempest and Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 3, it's pretty much like a combination between Tidal Tempest and Aquatic Ruin from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Because most of the time, you're barely underwater, and there's a lot of cool gimmicks of this level. You're running fast underwater. You're running fast underwater. You're running fast underwater. You're running fast on top of water. Yeah, you're running fast on top of water. And overall, the zone is a less pain in the ass than it is most underwater zones. And also, if you have the bubble shield, you can barely drown underwater. Also, the bubble shield allows you to bounce, which Sega would use again for some of the 3D games. Like we're underwater right now, I don't have to worry about drowning as long as I have this shield. The only annoying thing I don't like about this zone are pretty much the fans and the mini choppers. You see with the mini choppers, if they bite onto you, you can't jump. You gotta shake on the D-pad a bunch of times. And the fans are a bit annoying, seeing how they hover you in mid-air for a short period of time. But it's fine, good platforming at its finest best. But the other thing I like about this stage is the music. And I'll explain more once we get to it. But yeah, overall, this zone is the best underwater zone ever in a 2D Sonic game. And of course, here's our mini-boss. I don't know what its name is, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty much a water cycle mini-boss. As long as you have the insta-shield, as long as you jump a lot with the insta-shield, you pretty much have an easier time hitting him. The only bad thing about it is that he will do this annoying water cycle once, but even then you can just gain momentum. You can just stay track momentum and hit him. But yeah, the one thing I like about Hdyocity Zone is definitely, of course, the music. Before we get there and let me talk about this part. This part usually freaked me out as a kid, so like everybody else did in their childhood, because let's face it, we all got crushed. Once you get past this part beyond this point, everything just becomes awesome. And yeah, I really do love this game's music. And I'm gonna let you, once we get into the fast bits, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Not right now though, this ain't the fast bit. But yeah, I'm gonna let you listen to it once we get to the good part, so right now. music that you ever heard on the Sega Genesis. And usually the Sega Genesis has a reputation of having the worst sound quality ever. Believe it or not, fun fact, Michael Jackson was involved with the soundtrack. And hold on, I gotta save it. We're at the special stage. But yeah, believe it or not, Michael Jackson was involved with this game's soundtrack. That's why it's so damn good. Even though he wasn't only Sonic 3 alone, he did the whole soundtrack. He didn't do the second half of Sonic 3 and Knuckles because another awesome composer for Sonic also did it. And I'll explain that once we get into my favorite parts. But yeah, that's why Hdyocity sounds so similar to his badass song, Freaking Bad. Oh, rest in peace. But yeah, I really do love Hdyocity Zone. It's probably one of the best underwater zones ever in this game. That's why I wanted to pause at that moment and let you guys listen to the similarities. Believe it or not, the Sega Genesis has a huge reputation of having a bad sound chip quality. After this special stage, I'll play you a little clip of a Sega game. I'll play you a clip of a Sega game to let you guys get a quick glimpse of why the Sega Genesis has a bad repertoire of a soundtrack. That's why, as you all heard, that's the music from Flash Arrow, the game I talked about a little bit when I was doing my Nights into Dreams LP and similarities. But yeah, that's why the Sega Genesis didn't really do a hell of a lot when it comes to sound repertoire. Luckily, games like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and beforehand, Toe Jam and Earl, because I think composer John Baker was also trying to stupid mosquito, was also trying to make the soundtrack have like a moody atmospheric hip hop mode. That's why the game Toe Jam and Earl sounds so much like a Super Nintendo game. I think that was the first Sega game to have. I think that was the first Sega game to have a better sound quality. That and the Streets of Rage series, which was composed by Yokozero Kakashi, if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, like the Sega that and some of the treasure games like Dynamite Headdy, Rise Star, we get the rest when I get to those games. That's why the Sega Genesis had a bad repertoire. But thanks to Toe Jam and Earl 3 and thanks to Toe Jam and Earl 2, Panic and Fucking, how should I say? Thanks to Toe Jam and Earl 2, Panic and Funkotron, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we pretty much have an equally on par soundtrack to the Super Nintendo, and it's awesome. As you all saw there, we saw Sonic run on water, and it was way before freaking Sonic Unleashed, bitches. Oh, it's Knuckles. Curse you, Knuckles! But really, Knuckles, for the sewer system, this is quite fun for Sonic, don't you think?
Shut up!
And it's not threatening at all. Yeah, I had to use that joke. But wait, it's Dr. Robotnik! what's this? He has a word contraction. But yeah, this is pretty easy. Like, he has like a word propeller contraction that sucks up Sonic and his rings. And if you don't get out in time, the propeller kills you. But it's pretty easy, especially when you have Sonic's other ability, the Instant Shield. But it's a lot harder with Knuckles, and I'll get to that once I get to the Knuckles playthrough. But damn, that was a fast zone and the best underworld levels ever. Stay tuned next time, folks.